Welcome, my friends. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel for those who are typically here, my regulars. Thank you very much for supporting and being around and all the randomness that happens to show up with my channel. Welcome to those who are finding my channel and those new subscribers from the Toronto Audio Fest, which I did just cover. Thank you for all of that support and welcome to this. This is a Friday evening. Probably, I'm going to try to make it as short as possible without cutting myself. Unboxing. I've got a box over here. I've got boxes over here. I'm going to try to do two camera angles today. The second camera angle is going to be a bit wider, but then I don't know how the sound is going to be. So I'm going to keep watching the chat. Make sure you guys are informed and in the loop. Anthesius is here and Larry's here. What's going on? Hopefully your day is going well. If you guys find this in the stream entertaining, don't be afraid to give me some feedback. A lot of the guys from like the Toronto Audio Fest side, they were saying that one of the videos, like one of the interviews, was the background was too noisy. And I fully agree with you, but I mean, that's what it sounded like in the room. So it's true to source, right? PMC, big names coming out here. I mean, they're not necessarily like flagship series. This is something that's going to fit into my budget, hopefully appeal to people that are in my sort of range. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have all that high end stuff right now. I would say that I've got good quality components, some of them in the medium range that are like end game for some people. So I'm kind of exploring that range right now. I mean, my ultimate goal, if I want to be honest, I'll share screen right now, and the ones that I'm really aiming at, but I need a serious bump in all things performance, are very far away. And that's these. These are the Boris & Acoustics C3s, so C Series 3 models in white with the carbon fiber inlay. This is what I'm really aiming for in terms of speakers. They're really fantastic. They have a great sound. They have a great performance. They are on tour around the world. The Warsaw Audio Video Show is this weekend, which looks to be amazing. So, I mean, we're talking about end game. This is end game for me. It's not even really top of the line range. This is a middle range. These are about 55K Canadian, which is not even that unreasonable for a long-term goal, in my mind at least. But they're gorgeous, and I know they sound fantastic. So when I talk about, PMC, my good friend, I would say, or my my rather twisted friend had a surprise for me, and I'm like, well, I don't like surprises, and I was kind of on the edge about being surprised with something, and then I do trust the people that I befriend, especially in audio, and it's just there's certain things that come along with surprises, like planning, that I don't like to navigate last minute. My mind just has a problem with it. So anyways, this was the surprise. Ed from EQ Audio had an idea and had some extras, because I'm between a lot of stuff right now and looking for end game and looking for the next step. And I kind of put it out there that I was looking for something, and he's like, hey, I have an idea and it's going to be a surprise. And I was like, God, does it have to be a surprise? But anyways, the other box that I have down here on the floor, which is no disrespect to the other products, came through connections that I have made with Monitor Audio, and the Kevro group that is here in Ontario helped set up with EQ this year, and they displayed the Hyphens and the Rotel Michi series. They're really good guys, and I appreciate their acquaintance and friendship. So I had the opportunity to poke a little bit and say, hey, what about this, right? What about being able to showcase something? So I have these two here today, and I want to just unbox them and see what's going on. And these just, the big boys, the C3s, of course, and beloved C3s. All right, here's my other camera. So, oh, interesting. So if I go, hold on, I have to solo this one. That's what I need to do. So you guys can still hear me now, right? Okay. Now I figured it out. Okay, when I removed the other camera from the stage, the mic stopped working because it's part of the other camera. But now that I've soloed it, we've got it figured out. Yes. Okay. That makes sense. Sorry about that. So anyways, I was saying, how much did I miss? Anyways, what I was basically saying is I'm gonna unbox these. Basically, I don't know which one I should do first. Probably the towers first. Yeah, that's my bad. When I removed the other video camera because it's associated with the camera, it's not just open audio. So I'll move the mic around and back here so I can do the unboxing with some of these things and still get my voice on camera. Hopefully it's dynamic enough that it follows me around the room. You guys, I'll keep my eye on chat. Thank you guys for tuning in for that. And I'll, what do I start with? Which one should I start with? One of them's a little more complicated because it has stands that need to be assembled, and the other one's just towers. So let's maybe start with the towers. Can we start with the towers? I think towers would be the, yeah, you guessed it. Yeah, Studio 89s. What's going on here? Let's rip potato chip. Nice. I love that. That's a good one. Just saw the box. Yeah. So it's the Monitor Audio Studio 89s. I mean, and that one comes with, hold on, I'm going to move this mic up a little bit. I have to adjust as I go here. This is a really unusual sort of unboxing, so bear with me through all of this. I do appreciate everybody who comes to watch this kind of thing. The 89s are probably, I'm going to try them out in different rooms. You guys know that I have the subs in the other room, and the 89s are probably going to need it. So the problem now is I was waiting for amps to come into the computer space, but I don't have any amps out here yet. The Bucard Audios are my main channel, are my main computer speakers right now, and they're powered, so I can't demo the studios out here. I have to use the other room. But the same with these. These are not powered. They need amps too, so everything is going to be stacked in the other room. I can't do that. All right, let me pull one of these out and get the tape off them. The good thing about this, you guys don't need to see my face, right? I can adjust this just a little bit. The good things about these is they're not that heavy. They're not like the Arundel Towers that were 111 pounds. Now, this is not a new pair. I will say that right now. And I don't know which way is up and down. So there's an accessory box. I'm gonna have to figure out how they come out. This looks like the top. Nope, this is the bottom. So this accessory kit probably get attached first. That's what it is. It's a full accessory kit. So that will be the outrigger system, which I could probably, I don't know, I don't necessarily want to assemble it all at the same time, but I'm going to need to. These are going to come out of here. It's a nice It's a nice matte finish. Fairly small speakers. Who do we got in the chat? Is that Trones I see? Turn it upside down. Yeah, obviously it's upside down now. So this is the feet that's up this side, and all the hardware is here already. You guys can't. Yeah. You see rubber stoppers. There's no instructions, is there? There is a manual there, probably showcases how to assemble this kit. So there's a number of different rubber pads, and I'm wondering if the rubber pads go on the inside and outside. Probably to isolate the bar, probably. That's what it seems like. Double check. I don't want to take them out and then like just rest them on the floor. So just bear with me. I'll get one of them out so I can speed up the video. Don't have to unbox both of them. 50-hour burn-in time. Okay, cool. So I see the angle. I've got it unpacked the right way. That's cool. Yeah, it's a rubber pad on the top and bottom. Okay, that makes sense. I guessed correctly. It says get it out of the box. The symbol would become clearer. Well, I mean, I can see what I'm looking at now, right from the top of the box. And if I take it out of the box, I have to rest it on my floor. And I don't want to do that. And if I put the outriggers on them first, it'll be a lot easier. Then I can turn the whole box upside down, and then the legs will be on the floor. Let me see. The foam, I can't put the foam anywhere else. I kind of just want to show you what they look like. But then I don't want to rest them on the floor. Problem. So let me just attach these. No, I can't do that. Let me flip. Let me get this out of the box. I need the other foam piece. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, this is all factory sealed. Nope. This guy, you're a genius. I can't tell if you're sarcastic or just being like a YouTube commenter. Everybody online seems to have opinions on how to do shit. Okay. It doesn't help because I can't attach the feet from this side, but I can flip it over so you can at least see what's going on now. No, I can't do that. Why did I even think of doing this in the first place? It's not working. I'm going to attach the feet like this. I had it right the first time. Foam little inserts are weird. Can't flip it upside down. It doesn't work that way. So I need my Allen key, which I dropped on my other phone. It's a lot more awkward than I thought. Everybody's just going to leave and be like, what the hell is going on? There's no other way to really do this. The outriggers have to go on first. Once the outriggers are on with all the rubber pads, then I can flip it over. James is saying I'm going to build a launch pad so we can send you into orbit. If you're watching this, you're not wise enough. I can imagine you're not smart enough to build a launch pad. I don't see Elon Musk in chat conversations going on about things the way that you have been. So each of the outrigger pads have inserts for the rubber, and then they have damping between the outrigger cross beams and the bolts that go underneath. So they're completely isolated from the bolts themselves. So much hardware just for speakers is crazy. And the other ones are even worse because they have, like, the stands have to be assembled all together. I wish I had a camera angle so you could see this. I will try to do it as fast as possible because it's pretty boring. And I'm only going to do one tower and then I'll move on to the other ones. Whew, fun stuff. I needed like an overhead camera. You guys could look down inside the box. That would be a lot better. I didn't really think of this camera angle, and I had no idea it was going to be like set up this way. There's no way to flip them over. Otherwise, the cabinets would just be on the carpet. Well, now that that's done, very pretty indeed. They're light enough I can pick them up for you. So, details are, they are I believe they're 5 1/4. So 5 1/4 driver, 3/4 of an inch tweeter. Transmission line's about 7 feet long, and they're white. Yes, exactly. That's another reason why Ed wanted to surprise me with them, because he knows just as much as most people do that the white's really significant. And it's going to look really good in the room, of course. So I'm going to leave them like that right for now in order to move on through the video and not take up too much time with one set. I'm not going to unbox the other one. We will gently put them off to the side. I mean, who is this person? Is this the kind of people we have interested in audio? Like this comment, yeah, you're getting blasted now. And then this. I mean, it sounds like you should go and do something else instead of watching. I mean, maybe. Doesn't seem like it's very fun for you. Anyways, to everybody else, thanks for watching. James needs a better hobby. Perfect. Still on camera. Awesome. Yeah, well, like, don't. How about that? How about choose to be something else other than whatever that's been? It's not funny. Okay. Now for something exciting. I've actually really wanted these for the last year almost. These are the Studio 89s. Monitor Audio's had these out for quite a while. I think the hyphens came out after these. So the hyphen technology, the AMT or the whatever they want, the micro pleated diaphragm, whatever, everybody has to name it something different in order if they can get away with it. The tweeter technology in the studios, I think, is very similar to the hyphens, and I have to look up that specifically, but I think that the technology from the Platinums, the new Gold series, the hyphens, and the monitors were kind of all in the same camp at around that time. So they're similar in that sense. I mean, they even look the same. So, yeah. Hashtag British design right on the inside of the box. Yes, 89s. Anybody want to guess what color they are? Very tricky to get out, actually. Can barely hold on to them because of the cloth bag and so these were on display at the Toronto Audio Show. Green, yeah, green with envy, right? Green like the new those M2 Boris and acoustics that were at the Toronto show. One main goal is to own a pair of the transmission line speakers. Yeah, I mean T-lines. T-lines they're unique. They do take a lot more engineering. They will cost more because of how they're designed. There's more materials. Yeah. I mean, what would I be if not predictable, right? That's not working. That's not working. I wanted this out of the way, but it doesn't work. Yeah, huge, right? The size of my chest. I mean, compared to the towers. So essentially it's two 4.5-inch drivers MTM over the AMT. Faceplate is all engineered to hold everything together. It's got honeycomb material in the drivers. It's got the tension rods that reach through the cabinet. You guys see the bolts that are there? And I'll try to get up close to the camera. You can see the design and the sandwich design. I'm making myself hungry over here. Yeah, they're pretty small, but I'm sure that they're going to sound big. So yeah, they are small drivers. It's 2 4s. I mean, it is what it is. Didn't realize they are that deep. Yes, that's true. They do have a deep design. So I mean, from the front, right? But yeah. So I have to have somewhere safe to put them down. I don't want to be just holding them the whole time. They're high gloss. I don't have anything safe to put them on. So the thing is, they're slot ported. It's a large cabinet for 4-inch drivers, and they can sound good for small drivers. I mean, it just depends on how the cabinet is designed and tuned, right? You can get some reasonable mid bass, 50 hertz maybe. But yes, this is the first thing I'll agree with. Thank God for subwoofers. And I have 2 sealed 12s. And I knew that going into this whole thing, so I knew the studios were not going to be a problem. So I will pair them with subwoofers, and it shouldn't be an issue. The PMCs, on the other hand, probably won't need much subwoofer help because they're transmission line, but their in-room response, the dBs don't really reach that low. They're not as low as I need them to be anyways. Also, a 5 1/4 driver, I have a feeling that the 6.5-inch Purify drivers in my other speakers already have extended bass level to them. So this is like outpaced by what Purify does on its own. I have sealed Buchart audio speakers here, and they're absolutely ridiculous. So these, I don't know if they're going to be able to keep up, even with a transmission line. These certainly won't keep up with the Buchart audios or the Radiant acoustics that I have with the Purify drivers. But the subwoofers there are there to accent all of that anyways. So these do have stands. I'm not going to assemble the stands in this video. I will gently put it to rest for now. I'm going to assemble them all off the stream because otherwise the stream would be long and really boring. So I'm going to put these down somewhere safe. on top of the cloth over here, I guess. There, you guys can still see them, and I can still do my stream. Cool. It's always something, isn't it? So essentially, my whole purpose, the whole purpose of doing this one was to unbox those. So now that we've done that, there's not a whole lot else to discuss. What's this? So if they had only if they had magnificent soundstage. Well, I don't know. If you heard them, then soundstage is not based on the speakers themselves. They have dispersion characteristics, but the soundstaging is based more on the room. If you have first reflection points on the walls and they're set up a certain way, the width of the speaker set up, yada yada yada. It's all, anyways. That's a different topic. I'll hook them up over the weekend. I'll let everybody know what I think. I think they're going to work out great. And the magic thing about it is I just borrowed them. So it's not like I purchased them and I'm anticipating being absolutely rewarded for my purchase. The reason why I brought them in is so I can talk about my experiences with them on stream or on camera and then reveal to the audience what I think of them in my room, set up the way that I have set it up, and I provide all those bits of information so that way it's relevant and there's context for what I'm talking about. Should be pretty good. And then the PMCs, I mean, I heard the Prophecy series this past weekend, Toronto Audio Fest. They had the Prophecy 9s, I believe. Really good stuff. I really appreciate what PMC is doing with those, and I believe that they have a sound that I'm after, that I appreciate, the kind of like clean sound, studio sound, articulate sound, that kind of thing. We'll see what they sound like. So heard they're quite a bit better than previous studio premiums. And I know that studio, they had a studio previously, like there was a previous series to Monitor Audio Studio series. And these were like a reissue, kind of like they brought them back. And that's what these are. These are the set, like a different iteration of those. And I'm certain these are updated with all kinds of new technology. So this is a good question. I don't know, because I didn't pay or I didn't exchange any money for them. So I don't know. I'd have to look it up. So type the same thing you just asked me into Google and add Studio 89s and it should pop up, because that's what I would have to do to answer that question, because I don't know. I'm sorry. I will figure it out eventually. And then I think the towers, what was I looking up? The towers are around 8,000, I think. Can't quote me on that. I have to look up both prices. I don't really pay attention to prices. It doesn't, knowing the prices of something doesn't change what I think of them. I mean, I'm only judging what they sound like or perform like in the room, what they function like. They could be, $300,000 or $30. To me, the price is irrelevant because I'm not buying them anyways. So, yeah, it's not my area of expertise, or not my focus anyways. My focus is just what they sound like in room, what their performance is like, talking about their performance in my room or how the setup was, or if I noticed anything. So were they 2,000 and change? Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't know. I can't even remember looking at it on the website. So yeah, they're loaners. I'm giving them back when I'm done with them. I'm just going to put them on camera, talk about how they sound, how they set up in room, what my integration with the subwoofers is, like what my crossover point sounds great. Like, how did I manage it in my room space? Like, give it all context. Because my room's fairly small, and I don't think I'm going to need more than this. It's all bookshelves in my room right now anyways. So, basically, well, this performance to price ratio is like a reviewer thing, which is not what I'm doing. I'm not reviewing them. I'm not a reviewer. You're new here, obviously, James. James is new. We can let everybody. You can let everybody know, or let James know in the comments, in any of the comments, what actually happens around here. It seems like there's an expectation to meet certain criteria, like whatever the price is, then cool. But I haven't done enough comparing to actually say what the value is. Like, I don't have any valuable information to share as far as that's concerned, because I don't focus on that. That's not what I've ever compared. And I don't know that I've ever really talked about what it cost unless it's me buying it. And then, if you're looking for like the best bang for your dollar kind of evaluation, well, I don't have a chart and I haven't been keeping track. So it's not something I would share with a reasonable accuracy. There you go. That's a good price for you. 2.5 pesos. 2.5 million pesos. Thanks, Larry. I do appreciate the conversion. That's awesome information. Well, that's the unboxing. As annoying as that might be for some people, and as entertaining or curious as it might make other people, I will have them in the system soon. I'm going to finish setting them up. I have stands to set up, the outriggers on the other pair to set up, and I don't want to do that on camera for like an hour, because that will just be annoying to me and to other viewers. I don't want to do that here. They are set up. They look really nice. I'm really impressed with these. I love the fact that Ed surprised me with a white pair, and then the guys at Monitor Audio and that distribution group, they also were considerate, I guess is the right phrase, considerate that I have a white room, and they sent me a white pair of Studio 89. So that's that. So thank you everybody for watching this very short sort of unboxing. I'm going to keep it short because there's no reason to ramble on about something. If you have any other questions and you're watching this after the fact, because it's Friday and a lot of people are getting home and eating dinner and, typical North American thing in the Eastern Standard Time, put all of the comments in the comment section. There's lots of other videos that I've done. All the Toronto Audio Fest is still coming. All the sound clips are coming. Footage from my friend and his son that were helping me out from the weekend. All of that stuff is still coming. So I got to kind of find some space for all this stuff to happen. I might do another live again tomorrow evening-ish, 5 and 6 in the afternoon. So you don't have to subscribe, but if you want to find out what's going on, you can come back, bookmark the page, whatever you see fit. If you don't like anything here, don't like it. That's fine. It's a free option. Everybody's got opinions and choices, and do as you see fit. I'm here just trying to entertain those who appreciate how I'm entertaining. And I'll bring all the information for you in future videos when I can get my ears on them, actually set them up, because it won't be today. Can't do that today. It's not enough time, and there's other stuff going on right now. Future news I will share tomorrow in the live. I spoke to a number of brands, other brands, and I'm trying to bring in even more demos. One of them's open baffle. Might interest some people. I mean, my room is not really that big, so I don't know how that's going to work, but they're going to let me try it out anyways. And then the other one is a very large sort of stand mount speaker, but it's got all Purify drivers. That tweeter, mid-range, and bass woofers. I'll let you figure out what it is, because there's not very many of them out there in the world. But I did ask today, so I'm gonna find out. I mean, maybe they'll send them, maybe they won't. Maybe they'll just say it's too much, too far, not enough subscribers, not worth it for them, which I totally understand. I mean, are you a stalker or are you a stalker? Thank you, Trones, for being here, and Theseus for being here. And I appreciate this comment from James. Thank you very much for that. That's very true. And you'll find out. I'm not going to say what it is. They're open baffle, though. There's a few open baffle ones out there, right? So we'll see. Yeah, exactly. Open baffle. Am I going to play with open baffle speakers? Jeez, that's new. But we'll see what happens. I mean, hey, I'm not judging it before I hear it. And I've heard it in rooms before. But what about my room? I don't know. Transmissions lined. I've never had transmission line speakers in my system before either. But now PMC is really, they're really offering something. They're relatively low, as you can see. Like my listening height is up here. So I'm typically I'm way above the tweeter. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited to find out what happens with that. But anyways, I'll see you in the next video. Tomorrow there'll be a live. Throughout the week, I'm going to post all the sound clips. And I'll see everybody in the next video. So thank you to those who are supportive, who have come here and enjoy things that are going on. To everybody who's in Warsaw, Poland this weekend, have a great time. To those who are at New York this weekend, have a great time. Be safe. Enjoy yourself. Pace yourself, because I know teardown is a big issue. To everybody who's heading to Capital Audio Fest in the next couple of weeks, be safe. Pace yourself. All those things. I mean, I know how easy it is to get hurt. I busted my shoulder at Toronto. So I'll see everybody in the next video. Thank you, Larry and Theseus James, for showing up. All right. I'll see everybody in the next video. Thank you for being here.